everything you do as an actor ends up taking you somewhere else. I think all of the emotions that you have to go through, whether it's like loving a girl or laughing outrageously at something hilarious, or everything I've ever done in a film, it requires this getting to some sort of emotional reality that is contrary to the actual setting that you're in.
It's gone.
Movie acting is the most popular form of entertainment. Movies are a big thing, and every time a new trailer comes out for a movie, there's this huge hype around it, and people talk and post on social media, which of course only fuels the hype even more. Along with the love of movies, there's also a deep love for the actors and actresses who portray our favorite characters. And people tend to look up to them, and for very good reason, because it takes a whole lot of sacrifices and hard work to be able to play these parts as perfectly as they are. Method acting is an extreme way of playing the part perfectly. Method actors would do pretty much whatever it takes to play their role, and sadly, a lot of the time they end up on headlines, and not really in a good way. Many method actors end up going through bad periods of time while or after making their movies because of the choices that they choose to make, to be able to make their film and their character as real as possible. And that's a huge sacrifice to make. Christian Bale is an English-American actor who is pretty known for his method acting style. He's appeared in many hit films like Vice, Empire of the Sun, American Hustle, and of course he was Batman in The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. But one film that he did in particular, he went to the extreme for, which is the 2004 film called The Machinist. The film follows an insomniac criminal who has no recollection at all of his crimes. And for the movie, Bale lost over 60 pounds to make the dying insomniac look. It was very unhealthy and frankly pretty dangerous.
They like to keep a clean change of clothes here. I'll probably just throw them out now, though, right?
Hey, perfect fit.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is a very well-known American actor and comedian. He starred in movies like Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, The Truman Show, and very many more. Jim Carrey was also in the movie called The Man on the Moon, in which he portrays the very strange and late comedian Andy Kaufman. Jim Carrey, during filming, somehow became Andy. It was as if he completely forgotten himself as Jim Carrey.
To make his movie.
Hello.
What happened after was out of my control.
Andy, that's enough. Perfect.
I don't like it. I want to do one more.
There is a documentary called Jim and Andy, and it reveals all the behind the scenes of filming and how Jim Carrey just became Andy.
Jimmy said they came down hard.
Who's they?
Universal didn't want the footage we took behind the scenes to surface so that people wouldn't think I was an asshole.
Andy, you have to give me a chance to make a movie.
I don't need to make a movie.
I was thinking, how far should I take this?
I see. Sound check. Sound check. It's working.
How far?
Heath Ledger was an Australian actor and music video director. He starred in popular movies like Brokeback Mountain and 10 Things I Hate About You. But his most famous and also tragically one of his last movies was the 2008 film The Dark Knight.
And he says, why so
serious? He comes at me with the knife. Why so serious? He sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
To get into character, Ledger locked himself away in a hotel room for a very long time so that he could get into the crazy mindset of how the Joker might actually be.
His heart was just incredibly beautiful.
Fearless in how he loved and how he opened his heart.
He was seeing the world in a way that the rest of us didn't, and in a way that the rest of us couldn't. And time and convention meant absolutely nothing to him.
He had this light around him. Wherever he went, shone light on people and made their lives better.
All our lives were better for him being around. And we still talk about it now.
The acting community is not as easy as faking a smile or a tear. It takes a lot to become your character and to play the role right. Actors and actresses put their all into what they do, and that's what makes them great. There's sacrifices and hardships that they do have to go through, but they do it for the love of acting, which is something to highly respect.